Hi everyone, I'm back with another video. Sorry there's been a bit of a gap between videos. I've just been really busy with TV stuff lately and haven't had time. But today I've got this gorgeous project using some new dies and stencils and glimmer plates from Spellbinders. It's called the Christmas Florals. You get a set of 5 stencils that create this lovely stenciled piece with a lovely poinsettia and berry design. You then get the outline die to cut that out, ready to go on a card front, and then there are some glimmer sentiments that match. There's also another set called Christmas Die and Glimmer Sentiments, and that's a mixture of die cuts with glimmer. I'm not using those on this project, but I will share over the next few days some other ideas with those. But for today, we're going to focus on the stencils. So the stencils are layering stencils. There are 5 stencils in the set. So I'm just putting down the first one. I'm using a Lisa Horton Ulti-Mate for this. You don't need to do that. The stencils do have a little, on the diagonal, top left and bottom right corner, there are 2 little dots, little cut out holes in the stencil. So you can just put a pencil line through those and line them up. And tape down your stencil. However, I like to use my Ulti-Mate because it just makes life easier. You could do the same thing if you've got a stamp platform, because of course if you're butting your stencil up against the corner, it's going to be in the same place each time. So I have taped mine down just to make sure it doesn't move. But this Ulti-Mate from Lisa Horton does come with like a silicone mat, so I didn't really need to tape it down because that rubber mat kind of holds your cardstock in place. So I've got this is the first layer of the stencil. There's a number in the bottom left hand corner of each of the stencils so you know what order to do them in. So for mine, I'm using Concord and 9th ink cubes, and I've got these Lisa Horton stencil brushes. These come in 3 different sort of brush head sizes, so they're quite good for stenciling. That's what they're designed for. You can use whatever you've got. You can use an ink blending tool if you prefer, or if you've got any of the sort of larger blending brushes, all will work. These are great though because sometimes on certain levels of the stencil you might have say somewhere where you want to put red next to brown or green, and you can get into that detail a bit better with a smaller brush, but go with whatever you've got. So that's the first colour down on all the berries, and I'm just thinking about whether to do a different colour for the main flower. The colour I've used so far is Poppy, and you can see just at the top there I've got a darker red ready, which I'll probably use when I get to some of the more detailed layers. So I've sped the video up a little bit just to whiz through the stenciling because obviously it's the same for each layer. So I've done all the berries in red. I'm thinking that it would be better to do that main flower in a slightly different colour, or it might look a bit samey. So I'm going in with a nice dark pink instead for the main flower. And I haven't gone in too heavy-handed because don't forget this is just the first layer. So now we're on to layer 2, and this is going to add more detail onto some of those florals. This is kind of the centre of the flowers, some detail on the berries. Now you'll see where I've gone in on that main flower with this second layer, my ink pad was really juicy and some of the colour has kind of seeped a little bit. Now I'm quite happy with it. This is my first attempt at using this stencil set, so you know it's all a learning curve, and I've left it in just so you can see. But be careful, if you've got really juicy ink cubes, make sure you're dabbing your brush off first. You can see there, particularly that top left leaf there, it has bled a bit. It looks fine, but just a word of warning, learn from my mistake. So the next layer is kind of greenery, and I'm going in with 2 different greens here just so it doesn't all look the same. So that first green was very much a sort of yellowy green. Now I'm going in with a slightly sort of darker olive. Some of these leaves look like little holly leaves, so I think they look better a bit darker. Then the next layer is going to give me basically the sort of stems and leaves and stems on the leaves, and there are 2 little pine cones which are really cute, so this is the first layer of those. So I'm going in with quite a light brown here. So again, this is where it comes in really handy having quite small brushes, because some of these areas are quite, you know, quite tiny. And then I'm going to go in on the pine cones. I've jumped ahead a little bit there. Now this is the last layer, so I'm going in with a darker brown to do the stems, and this is also going to give me the top layer of those little pine cones. So I've just gone in with a darker shade of brown. This is definitely where a small brush really pays off, because this particular area I'm doing now, I'm doing the stems of those little berries, but there are also little cutouts for some more detail on the berries, which I'm obviously going to do in red. So being able to get in a bit and pinpoint the areas I need with a small brush is really helpful. There we go. So just the detail on the leaves with that brown, and I've done the berries in a dark red. So that's all my stenciling done. This is just the dark red on some of the berries. There we go. So that's that last layer done. And now the big reveal. So you can see that's come out beautifully. The layers just give you real depth to the image. So I can peel this off. I don't have to worry about whether I tear my card or not, because I've got a die to cut the main image out. So I'm just going to line that up and cut that out. Definitely cut, when you get to this point, I would recommend using some tape to hold that in place, because the last thing you want after all that work is to not cut it out properly. So I'm just going to, off camera, I'm just running that through my die cutting machine, and then I can decide what to do with it next. So I'm just deciding on colours. Obviously this is such a focal point, I'm only going to add a glimmer sentiment to this. I'm not going to add any other detail. So I'm just having a little look colour wise, and I think I'm going to go with the dark blue, because that really makes the colours pop. So I'm just going to trim this down now and make it fit my card front. So off camera I've just run through my glimmer system, one of the sentiments. I've used gold foil, as you can see there at the top, and you've got the outline dies, which you can see I've got there next to me. You've got 3 sentiments included in this set actually. You've got Peace and Joy, which is the one I'm using. Then there's Merry and Bright and Sending Cheer. So nice selection, and a nice legible font for these. So I'm going to raise that up just on some foam pads, and I'm going to put it kind of towards the bottom. I don't want to cover up too much of that lovely stenciling. So I'm just going to use foam pads to put that on, and then that's my card done. I will be sharing over the next few days some more ideas with this stencil set. For my next one, I'm going to have a play around with maybe some more pastel colours and do something with a sort of more muted tones. So look out for that over the next few days. I will put details of all the products in the description box here on YouTube. So if you're interested, you can go and check all of those out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.